Did you hear me say, come on in the room? Hey guys, how we doing? How are we today? Have we finished our Christmas shopping? Are we settled and just ready to enjoy the holidays, or is there still work for us to be doing? And if you are just here for the review, beloved, skip to the 10-minute mark and I will start right around that time. Somewhere around that time. Anyway, hey, my loves. You know what? Alicia, first of all, hey, Tony. Tony, I will be getting back to you. Yes, I would love to have you as a moderator. I will be getting back to you. Oh, you know what, Tony? I can do it right now. Hold on, Tony. Yes. Hey, Tony. Welcome to the moderator world of NikkiStar TV. Hey, Jimmy G. Hey, not your typical teacher. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Miss Pretty Lee Random. Hey, GJ. Hey, D Conti. What's up, Black Lavender? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Diva Law, please inbox me at NikkiNicoleStar on Instagram. Please, Diva Law, hit me up on Instagram. I have to ask you a question. Hey, Priscilla. Hey, B Fly Nick. What's up? Yes, you made it. You made it. Atlanta's boring me a bit, but you know, you guys told me to give it a chance, and I will. I will. Hey, Shantavia. Hey, Cammy. Hey, Jazz A. Hey, Christine. Hey, Christina. Hey, Uella. Serving Ulta. Yes, Tony's going to be rocking a wrench. Hey, Monique. Oh, gosh, Potomac. Ooh, ciao. Shantia, what's up? Shantia, juicy booty girl, work. What's up? Oh gosh. Hey, Selby. Hey, it's Ray. Tracy. You know what, Tracy? I don't. You know what? No, Tracy, please inbox me on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. You know, we chat. Please make sure you do it as soon as possible because I need to ask you a question. Hey, Porchekala. Hey, Kitty. Hey, Shonda, please hit your girl up on Instagram, NikkiNicoleStar at Instagram. Hit me up in my inbox because I have to ask you a question. Yes, Tony finally decided to go blue. Oh, you too, Tony. Please hit me up on Instagram. I have to ask you a question as well. Hey, El My Bell, Pitlana, vodka with $3 finally. Thank you, Shonda. Hey, D Conci said, I'm here now because I know you're going to make Atlanta review interesting, even though the episode was boring, but I'm really waiting for your Potomac live. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Oh my gosh, Jimmy G said Drew's husband is possibly one of the worst, top 10 worst Housewives characters ever. It's these husbands. These husbands are so messy. Yeah, short work week. Hey, King Edward TV. Hey, F. Usher. Oh, that's all right. I'm glad you're here, F. Usher. Hey, Desiree. Yeah, it was dry. It was dry. It was really, really dry. Oh, gosh, but it gets better. I actually spoke to someone concerning Atlanta, and they told me, keep watching. It gets better. They say that Drew and LaToya really make the season, so I'm going to keep watching. I am going to keep watching. Yeah, I was told that it will pick up. It will pick up, and I heard something that was really interesting that I want to see. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep holding on. I'm gonna keep holding on. But I will say this, right? In defense of Atlanta, like I said last episode or the first episode, because of everything that's happening now, and because or at that time, with Black Lives Matter and the killing of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And because one of the cast members was really involved in, using her storyline this season to focus on that, I think this is what we're going to get, right? This is what we're going to get. And I think for, all of us who have already lived through this, not only is it boring, it's just something you don't want to deal with because it was a really difficult and emotional thing for a lot of us to go through. So that's probably what the turnoff is as well. I don't know if that's going away. I think that's going to be a huge topic, which it should be, right? But it's triggering. It's triggering and it's painful for a lot of us. So I think that's another thing. And it's very different because Potomac, unfortunately, benefits from being filmed before the pandemic. They benefit from that because it was just, it's for us, we're escaping to a time that when we were all free. Unfortunately, with Housewives, they're dealing with it because they're in the middle of it. And that's just something we're just going to have to, take on concerning the rest of the shows that we're watching that are now filming through the pandemic, which I wish a lot of them weren't. Because, like I said before, we are going to be past this and watching this and not feeling good watching the show. And for a lot of us, reality TV is train wreck TV. We're watching this for entertainment and to escape our already dire situation. So when I'm going through the same thing that the people who I'm watching to entertain me to get my mind off of what I'm going through, it's not that enjoyable to watch. But again, I was told that it picks up. It picks up and it gets, they do focus on other things. So we'll see. We'll see. Cammy, listen, I go through that too. Cammy said, I want Drew Sidora to get free from that man. That's all I know. You guys know I don't want to break up any kind of relationship, but her relationship seems very exhausting. My hope is that they're both putting it on for the cameras, but who knows? Who knows? Yes, Coos Girly. Hey, Star Family. Guys, I'm so excited for the new year. Like right now, a lot of things are winding down, but I've been working on my schedule because I feel like for me, my opinion is that I feel like, we're going to get new management in the White House. And I think this pandemic is going to be taken care of. I think we're going to be in it for a while. I do not think we're going to be in it for another year. You know what I mean? I do think that we'll be able to, with limited restrictions, be able to live again. Right. So I do, especially as an actor going into the winter here, it's basically our pilot season. So a lot of shows are filming in, last year I went up for some stuff. I may go up for some stuff now. So I've been really focusing on the YouTube calendar for this channel, expecting to be gone for, some time, but some stuff that I'm working on and like editing and filming for you guys, I hope you enjoy. I enjoyed watching it. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'm excited for what I have for you guys coming up. It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year. So I'm excited about it. I wasn't that excited about 2020. I was expected in 2020. I wasn't excited about it. And now I realize my spirit was just like chill because girl, you're going to be in the house. But 2021, I'm excited about. I really, really am. Yes, hit the like button. Come on. Yes, Tony. Tony got to work right away. Let him know, Tony. Jazz A said, Miss Nikki, may I ask, where do you get your turbans? Oh, my glitter turbans, the sequins turbans, I get them from ASOS. My glitter turbans, my sister got these from Primark when she was studying away in London like 2 years ago. She brought home a bunch of these, and that's where I got them from. I haven't been able to find like where I can get them from because I know you guys ask a lot. I haven't been able to find a place that makes sense. Like I've been able to find these turbans, but people are selling them for $20. They're not $20. For me, like they're not worth $20. So when I can find them at a reasonable price, I will definitely share. But my sister got these for me from London, Primark. Mothers, yes. Hey, hey, Joyce. Jimmy G said, based on what I'm seeing, Atlanta is not in the middle of the pandemic. Do you think this is when it first started? Is maybe that's why Cynthia is so lackadaisical about the actual pandemic that we're living through? Hey, the Nicholas Express. Oh yes, Tracy, me too. Tracy, were you the one who told me about it? The Bell Collective on OWN. That looks really good. OWN is doing like a housewife kind of show, based in Atlanta, I believe, and it's called the Bell Collective. And Tracy, I believe you shared the trailer with me, and it looks really good. It looks really, really, really good. Oh, Aaliyah. Aaliyah, let us know how it goes. Aaliyah said she was supposed to get the vaccine this morning, but she chickened out. Understandable. When you do get it, let us know. Let us know how it went. The Nicholas, I haven't watched it yet. I have it saved. I haven't watched it yet, but I do plan on watching it when I'm traveling. Hey, hey Fiona. Thank you. Fiona is here from Manchester, UK. Thank you. Oh, Decon T said, I'm the director of diversity, equity, and inclusion in my line of work. So as you can imagine, I'm exhausted with all the racial equity work, very necessary work, but reality TV should be my escape. Understandable. Oh yeah, Jimmy G. That's the reason why we haven't gone back house hunting. We plan on going back again, but right now Atlanta is too open for us. I was just like, y'all not taking this serious, so let me just wait. Oh wow, Tammy moved from San Francisco to Raleigh. Congrats on the move, Tammy. Usher, F Usher, there are petitions going around for what? What happened? Oh, wait, something happened with Nene. See, guys, I'm not like on the internet like I should be. Hey, Model Genius. Hey, Model Genius. Look, while I'm getting my notes together, keep on talking amongst yourselves. Tony, did you hit me up on Instagram as well? Please make sure you do that. Let me get my notes. I checked earlier, so they should be here. Yes, they're here. They're here. Why? Oh, wait, before I go on, why does Needy want people to boycott the show? Because she's not on it? What's up, Lady Virgo? Because she's not on it? That's what I think it is. I don't think that Needy wants to boycott the show for anything else. Because why now? Why now? 15 years later. Wait, no, 13 years later. You want us to boycott? Hmm. Is it because the network is no longer playing ball with you and they're making you work like the other girls? Listen, I still think that she needs to be on the show, but I'm talking about older seasons. This woman that she has become, it just can't work with this cast anymore. And she's just not a character that will play ball with a cast like this. So if she can play ball again and humble thyself, I would love to have her back. Jimmy G said what Needy said. While others were being promoted, Black women who created shows, created genres, built franchises, and built networks were being demoted. Turn off your TVs. That's very interesting. Can somebody send me the post or the video, whatever it is, of what she said? Because I would like to look more into that. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Tracy just sent me the info. F. Usher says, she says that the same women that built the network are not getting the same pay as their counterpart housewives. Didn't we talk about this? Didn't we talk about this? I told y'all there would be no Bravo had it not been for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. None of them broads is bringing in the same kind of money. None of them broads is bringing in the same kind of views. Atlanta built that. Listen, Orange County started it. Atlanta built that network. Atlanta, what's another one? It's three shows that really, in my opinion, are keeping the money rolling for Bravo. It's Atlanta. It's that Below Deck show. Below Deck Mediterranean of all shows. Below Deck and Top Chef. Those shows bring in so much money to Bravo. Everybody is starting with Atlanta. They need to be paid the most. Then it needs to be Below Deck, and then it needs to be Top Chef. But we all know that probably all the other white counterparts are getting paid more than those women, and that's unfair. That's extremely unfair. Because even though the Nicholas Express, oh, I don't want to do this, but we're going to do it. Because I think this is interesting. Nicholas said Nene Nene said there's like racism at Bravo, and I question why Married to Medicine LA got the same ratings as Don't Be Tardy for the Party, but they pulled the plug. Married to Medicine LA instead of DBT when Kim said her comment is because Kim is white. That's the only, guys, this is clearly racism. It's clearly racism. They keep on giving us Tardy for the Party, and that show is dry boots. It never lands. The ratings are terrible, but it's a white cast, and they're going to continue to give the white counterparts on this network favor. So I agree with Nene. I agree with Nene. In no way does it excuse her behavior, but I do agree with her. I do agree with her if that's what she says. I also want to see. I want to watch it later. Thank you, Tracy, for sending that to me, and we could discuss it. If I have time, we'll discuss it on Potomac. Yeah, but yeah, those three shows: Atlanta, Top Chef, and Below Deck Mediterranean. They should be. Those are the top shows, and they should be making the most bank. But they keep on, putting money into Summer House. What happens? Like, I think I've talked to you guys about this before. But what happens is the top shows that brings in money to this network, the network doesn't funnel it to those shows that bring in all the money. They funnel it to other shows and other side projects. Like Watch What Happens Live. Watch What Happens Live has the worst ratings of any other show, but it's Andy's show. It's his baby, and he's going to keep it on. So he's going to take money from Top Chef. He's going to take money from Below Deck. And he's damn sure taking a whole chunk of money from Atlanta to fund Watch What Happens Live. Like, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. These black shows, bring in the most ratings, give these networks all of this money. And what do? They put it into white-led shows. Welcome to America. If you were just here for the review, beloveds, it starts right now. Racism runs deep on this soil. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Come on, Portia Luther King. I'm very proud of her. I'm really, really proud of Portia because of all the housewives. I would have never thought it was her just because of how she has led on the show. Like, we all know that Portia plays dumb and that is her character. I just would have never expected this from her. And I'm just so proud of her because Portia does not lay up. She talks about this. She talks about Breonna Taylor. She continues to say her name. She continues to show footage of her journey out there protesting and bringing up issues that affect our people. You know what I mean? And I think it's so refreshing. And I'm just so proud of her. I'm like beaming like a proud mama. I really, really am. Because to be quite honest with you, out of all the women, she's the only one talking about it. I'm really shocked. She's the only one talking about it. Like, Cynthia's so consumed with this wedding. Like, you don't have a TV. I just don't understand how this hasn't even been like a group discussion when they meet up. Like, nobody is talking about it, and it's just so weird. So I'm just really proud of Portia, and I'm very thankful that at least she is somebody who is speaking about the plight of her people and speaking about something that just recently happened while they were filming. Like, they're living through this, and she's the only one talking about it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm disappointed. Anyway, Drew and her family made such a splash this season. What a way to come on your first season. Let me tell you something. I already said it. Drew, to me, gives me candy. I don't think that Drew could have made a splash like this on this show on her own. I think when you add in her family and her mother, perfect way to enter your season, because Drew alone, let's be real, is not interesting. And I think she's not interesting because she's an actress. And when you are an actress on a reality TV show, which happened with Kim Fields, you're always thinking about your next gig, right? So Drew was coming on this show in a way that will make her look a certain way. So a lot of her walls are not down, and they'll never be down because she's always looking for work and she's always working on her image as an actress. I get it. I totally understand. But then when you get her in the mix with her family and her husband, things start to break down. You can't play that. You can't keep that facade up when it's somebody who can get to your heart right away. The family is a very interesting dynamic, because when they were having this whole argument during church rehearsal, Zoom church rehearsal. I was screaming because the mom gonna say, "Well, all right, let's wrap this up and get back to rehearsal." No, ma'am, you were being messy. Listen, Drew's husband is not my favorite, but grandma, my mom, you cannot tell this man that you're writing a sermon about him and not have him feel some sort of way about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally going to get on your Zoom church while he's, playing the organ, and you're going to talk about a situation that concerns him where he is the main character and he can't have a say so about that. That was wrong. I would feel some sort of way too. I would feel some sort of way too. No matter how we feel about that dude, that was wrong. That was wrong. But Zoom church. I like Drew and her family. How do you guys feel about LaToya and Kenya? Their budding friendship. I don't know. I don't know. It's not landing with me. It's not landing with me. I think that maybe Kenya is trying to train LaToya to be the villain of this show. Because I feel like, I really, really do. I think that she's a mom now, and she's going through hell right now with this man. She does not have the energy to play this villain. She really doesn't. You can see it on her. She's like, what? Kenya's almost 200 pounds. When has Kenya been 200 pounds? Like, she has gone through it. This man quarantined and is raising his baby by herself has put her through it. I don't think she has it in her to be the villain. So I feel like she is linking up with Toya to have her do the villain duties while she gets back on track with her life. And I think when she gets back on track, I don't see her coming back as the villain. She's a mom now, guys. Just like Ashley. It changes villains. So I really, but like, real talk, I just don't think she's in the place that she was at. I don't know. Like, maybe Bravo will talk to her and be like, listen, your check is on the line. You need to be messy. Maybe, but I just do not see her coming back to being the old Kenya. Are you Kenya Stan's gonna be okay? You gonna be okay? Your girl is jumping off her broom and she's gonna live a normal, happy life. Are y'all okay with that? I don't know, because I feel like she's trying to make LaToya Toya. I think that she's trying to make her the villain of the show, or like give that crown over to her. And I don't know if LaToya's head is big enough to carry it. Because from what I'm seeing from her, I'm not interested, right? Kenya was a good villain because she was interesting. She could stir stuff up. She can get stuff going, but she can also read and she could also shade. So she had, like, there was a lot with her. You know what I mean? Like Omarosa, she was a very calculated and smart villain. I don't get that from LaToya. I don't, because it's like this whole pet thing. Like, her and Kenya tried to make that a thing, and I was like, oh, Kenya, ooh, this is kind of beneath you, right? Like, you're more creative with your stuff. Like, oh, it's her wig, it's a pet. Look at it. You've done better. I'm sorry. Kenya has done better villain work. This is like, I don't know. I don't get this. I don't get this. Like I said before, I also think that she has a connection with LaToya because, she is married to a Trinidadian man and has a child by a Trinidadian man. And I think she's also using LaToya as a Trinidadian man whisperer. So I think that's another connection as well. But I just don't see like a spark. I don't see anything interesting with this duo. I think I need to see Toya around the women a bit more. But for right now, she's not, I'm not interested. I'm just like, ugh, you know what I mean? I feel bad, but I feel like when we are watching Toya and Kenya interact, I'm like, okay, this is the time to go make something to eat. This is the time to go to the bathroom. This is the time to start braiding my hair and not paying attention. Let me get on my phone and see what's going on Twitter. No shade. I don't know LaToya forever, right? I don't. Is she a beauty vlogger or like a family vlogger? I don't know, but from what I've seen so far, I'm not interested. I do think that maybe just like Drew, she needs that family dynamic so that we can see her outside of this character that she's trying to play. Because like I said before, Drew Outside of her family, boring. No shade. I know what she's doing. She's doing the actress thing, so she's not going to give you a lot because she wants to still be bookable. You know what I mean? She still wants to get work out of this, and ain't nobody trying to hire no actress that's throwing glasses and pulling wigs, especially when you're a Black actress. You got to walk a fine line, so I get it. With Latoya Forever, I don't know. I mean, she obviously has a lot of YouTube subscribers. I don't know what the content was there. But if it was a family channel, I'm thinking that's what she's missing on this show, and that's why she's not landing. Maybe we need to see, the messy relationship she has with her current, soon to be ex-husband, and see her interact with her children. Maybe we need to see more layers of her, because how she's showing up, I don't think it makes the show any better. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're a new character on this show. You have to in some way upgrade this season or make your position worthwhile. And I just don't see it with her yet. Again, I was told that later on in the season, her and Drew's drama becomes very interesting. And I'll probably see both of them in a different light. But so far, this is where I am at. I have no interest in Cynthia in this wedding, because it's just so irresponsible. It's so irresponsible. You are getting mad at anybody who suggests that maybe you do a smaller wedding right now and have a huge ceremony after the pandemic. Like, I am fully checked out of your storyline when you are at a huge wedding hall trying to have a wedding with 250 people in a pandemic, and none of y'all know how to wear a mask properly, because this cute little face shield ain't stopping a lick of corona. Ain't stopping none of it. Okay. And we've already saw the wedding. We already saw that not a lot of people had on masks, and the people who did have on masks had on those cute little clear masks that wasn't stopping or preventing anything. So as far as we know, this could be a super spreader event. And it's just like, this is heartless to me, because even now, after the fact, you are still here. You still think that this was a smart idea. You're still stuck in that stubbornness. And I just cannot rock with her. I can't get it. I don't like it. Not that I don't like her or Mike. I told you I like them as a couple. I met Mike. He speaks very highly of her. I think this is the real deal. But this is so irresponsible and ugly, and I don't like it. So I'm like totally checked out of everything that she's doing, because you look like a spoiled brat whining about this wedding on 10-10-20. Oh, I have to do 10-10-20. I'm like, did a psychic tell you that this was the date? Like, did she tell you that you have to marry this man or you're going to lose him? Like, you have to do it on this date or it's a wrap. Like, is that what you were told? Because you're so obsessed with this date, and then you're sitting with Mike and acting like it's not, and like, oh no, I don't care, I just want to be with you. No, you want the people to see you have this grand wedding. Fine, I get it, I understand, but can you do it at a time when people won't die from it? I don't know. I just feel like at this time, a lot of stuff is happening. You know what I mean? Like, we have Portia dealing with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. All of y'all are silent, and you are over here trying to have a 250 person wedding in a pandemic. And you haven't said one thing about Black Lives Mattering. Well, they obviously don't, because all them Black people that you are inviting are dying faster from this disease and this virus than anybody else. So it is what it is. I'm just not. I don't like this, Cynthia. I don't like it. So I'm checking out of her scenes as well, because it's like, this is going to be your storyline. And the more and more we see you just be so entitled and insensitive, it's just not a good look for you. It's just not. It really, really isn't. So we are introduced to a new character. I didn't know about this chick. Who knew about Fallon? Because I did. And I was like, oh, because when Portia went over to pick up Tanya, whose natural hair I love. Tanya, keep this hair. I like your natural hair. I mean, you look good with it pressed out too, but I think you have great natural hair. Like, is natural hair bad? No. But I'm just saying, I wasn't expecting that, and she looked great. But I didn't know anything about Fallon. I didn't know anything about Fallon. And she had like a whole scene. She was doing the most. She was trying to get a peach. It was very obvious with the, oh, my holes this and my holes that. And I'm like, okay, girl. It's the first day of filming. calm down. But who knows? You might be replacing Latoya because she hasn't made a splash yet. I can't get with this character. So far with Fallon, I do feel like she was doing the most. I also feel like she was a bit nervous, trying to be interesting and cool, and it kind of fell flat. It kind of fell flat. She just did not have. It wasn't enough substance for me. So I don't know what her character is going to be this season, but I'm just like, if this is how you're debuting. Oh girl, oh, it was just a little dry, little dry. I mean, like, what is interesting about Fallon? She's a beautiful Black woman. There were a dime a dozen in Atlanta, so it's like it happens. So what else do you have? I think maybe Fallon's why they decided to film her is probably because she is, the first person who will actually put her wealthy African husband on the show. You know what I mean? Like, is he going to be a part of the show now? Are we going to have like this, wealthy African husband in Atlanta? And are we going to see the relationship? Are we going to see more of this husband? Because for seasons, we have been waiting for these wealthy African men that have been taking care of these housewives. Like, we still ain't met the wealthy African dude that bought, oh, wait a minute. Is this the wealthy African dude that bought, what's her name? Kenya, sorry. That bought Kenya that Bentley. Remember that? Remember that season when everybody was speculating that African dude got her the Bentley and she would never confirm nor deny? Because I'm just like, we have always heard about these wealthy African men, supplying these housewives. We've never seen them. So is this why he's on the show now? Is he the wealthy African man that was, taking care of all the women on the show? I'm like, finally, for seasons, we have been waiting for the wealthy African men that have been, supplying these women with wealth and riches. And we finally got them. So is the husband going to be more interesting than Fallon? Because at this moment, he kind of is. Because when the women were like in the pool, first of all, Fallon better than me because Portia in that butt, not in my home, not in my home. You just walk in somebody with my husband. Girl, no, you want to put that thing away. Do you have any swim shorts? Because Portia just walking in stank in a bathing suit. Hey, girl, hugging her husband with them titties. No. Portia looked amazing. She looked amazing in that. Get out of me. Fallon, you look good too. But I'm just like, not around my king. Let's get her some sweatpants. Because what's going on? She just walking around that pool, twerking. All right, Fallon. Portia single now. Portia's single now. And your husband looked like he got some money. I will say, he didn't have anything to do. He didn't have something to go build. He didn't have to get bring in more money. Like, he was not busy. He was sitting at the other side of that pool, legs spread open, watching them ladies swim. And I was like, this didn't seem a little weird to anybody else. I would have been like, oh, is he gonna stay there the whole time? Because I don't feel comfortable. Like, he was just sitting there, just watching them play. I'm like, oh, it's the water. Oh my God. And Portia just jumping up, water rolling, water glistening all over her body. And he just watching. Tanya with the thong bikini, with the thong swimsuit. Wait, is Fallon the one that's going to be in the threesome? Child, is this why we were introduced to Fallon? Child, we finally got an African husband on the show and he messy. Anyway, so that to me was what was interesting about Fallon, her husband. I don't know how that's going to play in at the end of the season. Y'all guys got all the tea. Y'all can let me know after. Drew's husband, let's get into it. I think his name is Ralph. He is so combative. He is so combative, and y'all know I don't like to see a relationship break up, especially when it's black love. Okay, I don't, I want, when we're watching it on TV, I want to see it work, but I'm just like, Drew, did you come on this show because you know this marriage is ending? A lot of housewives do that when they are like at the end of their marriage and they are like getting out of it. They hop on this show and they put it all out there on the table. So is it ending or did it start like this? I don't know what it is, but so far, this looks like a nightmare. He argues about everything. I feel like it's his kink to debate. He would make an amazing lawyer, an amazing defense attorney. He would be so good at it because he just loves it. There's not any reason, like Drew is always trying to like calm him down or like get out of a argument or debate with him by just saying she loves him or laughing it off. But he just goes on and on and on about everything. The girl is talking to you because she's excited about the new home. Girl, y'all doing too much to be here right now. I'm like, y'all moving into a new house? Y'all want to stay here till this is fixed? Like, those problems are going to go there. Like, she's talking about the house. Oh, we can't go there yet. Not yet because these things aren't done. So once we do these things, then we can get into that. But right now, we can't celebrate. That's why I didn't want to tell you. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just said, hey, I'm happy about the home. Why is that a problem? Then she's saying, oh, before we move into the home, I want us to get therapy because I want us to be in a good place. Oh, did you talk to her first? You talked to her first, so she's biased against me. Oh, you're not happy about anything, bro. Like it's always a argument or a disagree. I couldn't do it. Ooh, Drew, I couldn't do it. It's just it's never okay. He will find anything to argue about, like debate, like that's his thing. That is his thing. You know who he reminds me of? Them devil's advocate people. Why are you advocating for the devil? You don't care because you just what did my friend call it? Is it called contrarian? It's that person that just likes to, even if they agree with what's happening, they just want to be that opposite opinion just to get into it with you. That's what he reminds me of. Well, I agree with you, but let me just play devil's advocate. That's your kink. That is your kink. And Drew, maybe you understand that and you can deal with that, but just watching it, I'm like, ooh, girl. Even with kids, I would be out. I would be out. Um, Oh yeah, we already talked about Cynthia's wedding, but I'm team Mike and Mallory, Mike and Mal. I'm team them. Like Mike is just like if me and you are getting married, it's me and you. You know what I mean? Like the marriage is more important than the wedding, but Cynthia is so stuck on this wedding and like everybody trying to talk sense into her. She gets upset and plays victim, and I'm just like, you're not really even hearing what your future husband is saying to you because you are so dead set on this wedding and you two are at this point where you're fighting all the way up until the wedding. That is never a good sign. Again, did a psychic tell her that? Somebody told her about this date and she is just fixated on it. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with this review. Next week, Kenya gonna be in hot water. I perceive from that one little clip of her saying that because she didn't just say it was Portia, she said it was everybody talking about the protesters just basically getting arrested for attention or something like that, or provoking. I was like, oh, Kenya, you want to be on that side? On that side? So I think she may be in some hot water next episode because that little clip did not look good for her. Anyway, if you are just here for the review, beloveds, it ends right now. Let's get into the chit chat. What are your thoughts about this episode or my review? Let's get into it. Hey, happy birthday, Gina Maxie. Happy birthday. Are you a Sag? Or what's the other one? What's the other one that's not a Sag? Oh, it's too late. I don't think you're a Sag. What's that other sign? See, I only know Sagittarius. Look at me, acting like a Sag. But happy birthday, Queen. Happy birthday, Gina. Sorry that I missed that. hold on, because I'm just getting into your comments. Oh, Bakwa Three Olives loves Latoya and Kenya. Oh, good. Good. Decon T, Drew's mother is a whole character. She's so like that whole dynamic works. They all work together. Alone, I don't know. But together as a unit, they work. What the hell was that? Decon T said Drew's mother wrote a sermon to check her son-in-law. She sure did, and that was petty. That was petty. Don't put God in that mess. You were being petty. Jimmy G, the crown is heavy, darling. Tina B is giving me information on Latoya. Tina B said Latoya is a Canadian YouTuber. She used to do comedy skits back in the day, but once she started a family, she became more of a family channel. Oh, okay. So is she an actress as well? Let me know if she's an actress as well, Tina. Because then I could probably get a different perspective. Yep, poor Shekula said people don't realize you still need to wear a mask under the clear shield. Yes. Oh, chow. Also, JB says, what says, as a YouTuber, I wanted to like Latoya, but it's the no. Oh, with Cynthia, she is just selfish. Absolutely. Fallon is gorgeous, Shonda. She really, really is. Oh, yeah, JB says what? That's what I'm talking about. So JB says what says Kenya in the next episode is going to say something nasty about Portia, and I ain't here for it. But I think she's talking about the protesters as well. I think that's going to get her in trouble. Oh, Tanya, they all had body in that pool. I was just like, that's too much body, yada, 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 yada. While my husband is at the end of the pool looking. Mm-mm. No, Jimmy G said Fallon had gift bags. Yes, honey. See, that's what I liked. I really because it gave me a Mary from Salt Lake City. I love that. I'm gonna get into the little gift bag thing. I normally do that when I have like back in the day when we were free. When I would have tea parties, I would do a little gifting like that. But I'm trying. Let me get my gifting weight up. Okay, let me try to do it big. No, Asha J, are you serious? Asha J said that the streets are saying that Fallon's husband is a scammer. Oh Lord, a well-trained scammer according to Fallon. Oh gosh, so the husband is going to be the story, not Fallon. Oh gosh, I knew it. I knew because Fallon was so boring, and then we saw that husband. I said, finally, a wealthy African husband. We've been talking about him for seasons, and now we got him. Oh wow, I need to go look at Latoya's channel. I had no idea. Because when I did check, it looked like a family channel to me, and I thought that she probably was a beauty blogger. And y'all love seeing the men of them beauty vloggers. I think y'all love doing that because the dude never looks like what y'all think he gonna look. You be like, oh, this your man? Okay, I'm telling you, some of the beauty bloggers I follow, vloggers I follow, I always be like, I wanted more for you. But you know what? He got with you before you started doing your makeup like this, so maybe, girl. But I've always, every time they put the men on the screen, I'm like, all right, know your worth. Let me stop. Let me stop. But you know what? I'm not going to stop because them tender-eyed men that you beauty YouTubers take to the top start cheating on y'all with y'all subscribers. They wasn't nothing in it. They ain't nothing now. You made them something, and look how they do you. You could do better. Stop being loyal to these fools just because they were with you before you had 1 million subscribers. Get out. If you know you in a different level and you could do better, do better. He will. He will on your dime. On your dime. Yeah, we need more excitement. Thank you. Decon T said, I will never understand Drew's husband saying, you don't understand black men, the gaslighting of it all. Absolutely. Yes, contrarian. Thank you, Shonda. Listen, Bria said that must be an exhausting marriage for her. Bria, it was exhausting to watch. So could you imagine living in it? Woo! Yeah, that was all I had to talk about. That was all. There was nothing really interesting happening on. I love y'all. Y'all said, "Dang, that was brief." There wasn't really much to happen. Yeah, there wasn't really nothing happening on this episode. Jesse Lee, I don't understand either. Jesse Lee said, I wonder why we didn't see Shamia's rich African husband on the show. Why don't we see Shamia? Like, what is happening? Shamia has not even been a friend of the show. She's been an acquaintance. You know what I mean? Like, she's been an extra. But she's been a part of storylines, you know what I mean? So I don't understand why. Maybe the husband doesn't want to be a part. I don't know, but I just don't get why, of all people, she hasn't been like in the Tanya position. You know what I mean? Like a friend of the show. Like I don't understand. I don't even think she was getting paid for the times that she was on the show because it was so brief. Like we did not see a lot of Shamia. So I don't know. Anyway, we got a super chat from Decon T. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, Shamia, I don't know why we just did not see a lot of her. Maybe she just wasn't interesting, but she was a part of a lot of storylines. I don't know. I don't understand how that goes. Oh, the Nicholas Express. You want Mallory, Cynthia's sister, to get a pitch? She's too dry for the show. Like Mallory just doesn't. She's too. I don't know. I don't know if she could hold a scene. Salt Lake City is bringing it, Bria. I agree. Oh, the Nicholas Express said, "Do you think that Sutton could work on the Real Housewives of Atlanta?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Two totally different cultures, two totally different ages. I not two, but I'm just saying she's a different part of Atlanta, and I don't know if those Atlantas will work. I don't see that working at all. Erica Jane could work on Atlanta. She could definitely work on Atlanta. Sutton, absolutely not. Speaking of Erica Jane, wait, you know what? Let me get through these. Let me get through these comments because baby, we got to talk about her. Vodka, you love Kenya. You've been loving Kenya since day one. Vodka with 3 hours said, I'm loving Kenya's storyline. I think you're loving this storyline because this is a different side of her. I feel like this is who she really is. And I think you like seeing her kinder and softer. Because you like her. There's nothing wrong with that. Santino Andrews, can we talk about those white uncooked pancakes that Drew made? That we never saw them kids eat? Child. Bria, Fallon is interesting with that husband. I think the husband is more interesting than Fallon. But again, this was just a little bit of her. So, who knows? Who knows? She might come in with a splash like Drew did. Wait, Bach with 3 Olives said we need Team Pretty on the show. Who was Team Pretty? Who was Team Pretty? Hold on, the comments are jumping again. Oh, stage 4 Indo Fighter Day by Day. I'm so sorry you got the notification late. I don't know why it does that. Sorry, guys. Oh, who? Ida, are we talking about Latoya Forever? She put her divorce drama on the on YouTube. See, if this is who you're talking about, I feel like this is who we need. Serenity, Fallon's husband. This, I feel like Latoya is interesting. Like Drew is interesting when we bring in her family. But Jazzy Go said, I don't believe Portia's storyline. I'm with Kenya. It's way too convenient. She didn't plan this. Like, she didn't plan for George Floyd to get slaughtered on camera. She didn't plan for Breonna Taylor to get shot 8 times in her home. She didn't prepare for none of that. So I don't know how it's convenient for Portia. I think I think this is important to her. And I think she's doing what she can to bring awareness to it. Because, like, I'm not saying that Portia is not aware that she's on a TV show and that when she gets arrested, attention is going to be on her. I'm saying that she knows that. And with that attention, I feel like she's using it properly. You know what I mean? Some people go out there and get the attention and say, well, yeah, I am this person and I did this. And then they start hawking stuff to you guys for financial gain. What is Portia gaining from being in prison, for being in jail for 15 or so hours? What is she gaining from that? What she is doing with the attention that is drawn on her, she is saying the name of Breonna Taylor. She's talking about George Floyd. She's talking about police brutality. I think that she is using her position properly concerning this matter. Yeah, me too, Tony. I always believe you have to give a gift when you're having an event. I just need to up my gifts because Fallon and Mary from Salt Lake, I'm impressed. Oh, Tracy Chappelle, Malaysia could absolutely work on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think she should do it. I think she should do it. Get off of Basketball Wives and go to Atlanta. Basketball Wives is not consistent. Every season, we don't know if they're coming back. Like, Basketball Wives just pops up and we're like, oh, this show is still happening. Oh, let me watch. They're not consistent. Housewives is a consistent check. Cameron, y'all girl gonna get ate up on Sunday. Dwayne said, Kenya gonna be her villain self next week, but sadly we need some drama. Yeah, we gotta take it. We gotta take it. It'll probably get the show trending. Yeah, I could definitely see Malaysia on Atlanta. I think that'll be a good move for her. Ooh, Jimmy G said Nene is going on Instagram Live tonight with her attorney to discuss Bravo. Ooh, girl. Listen, in my opinion, this should have been done. This should have been all Atlanta should they all should have got together and done this, in my opinion. Oh, Cameron, that's unfortunate. Cameron said, I used to watch Latoya's YouTube channel and she just became too commercial and was starting to get full of herself. And we started to see the decline of the marriage with her husband. Um, well, I think that's what happens when you start to get notoriety and monies. You know what I mean? And then your YouTube channel, which was probably just a fun hobby, now becomes a job. So you have to perform a certain way because brands are paying you, people are watching. So unfortunately, her marriage couldn't go where she was going. And that's really unfortunate. That happens a lot. That happens a lot to people who are in relationships before the success. Not everybody can go with you because not everybody is okay with the person who you have become outside of struggle and outside of financially being dependent on them. Paste URL said, y'all got to go watch Adam's video about the divorce with Latoya. Is Adam her husband? Her ex-husband? Or I don't know. Are they separated? I don't know. Vodka with $3 said Shamia is boring. She is, but she was always involved in storylines. So I'm like, just give her the peach. Y'all keep on talking about it, but the girl is not the main character. Serenity said, Real Housewives of Atlanta is easy to watch, 10 to 20 minutes max, and I'm done. Fast forward to fast forward. That's how it was with me this episode. I was like, okay. But maybe, guys, maybe they're just holding the drama like Potomac. Potomac started off slow this season, and then, it picked up. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it'll pick up after the orgy. I don't know. Oh, so you guys are saying that y'all think that Shamia can never hold a peach or be a friend of the show because her husband didn't want to be on the show. I believe that. That's what happened to Sutton from Beverly Hills. Her husband did not, he didn't want, her ex-husband did not want to film on the show, did not want to be mentioned, and did not release because they both had to be on board with their kids being filmed on the show, and he did not sign that. So because of that, Sutton had to be dropped down to friend of the show when she was originally hired as a new housewife. Y'all keep on saying she did comedy skits. Were they good? I want to see these skits. Listen, Porshekula, if I was Malaysia, I would be auditioning for Atlanta. I would be auditioning for Atlanta. That's what I'm saying. I totally, that chick Koya, I believe, said Kenya was over here talking about Portia, but what has Kenya done for the community? Portia has been on the front lines with activists in harm's way. She put her neck out there. What I want to respond to that with something that Portia said when she was at in that little bathing suit in Fallon's pool while her husband was watching. She said that you don't have to go to protest and do all that stuff that she's doing. You know what I mean? She just said that's what I just felt called to. I felt like that is something that I should do. There are other ways that you could, bring awareness to what's happening, have conversations about it, donate, and do different things. And saying that we don't know what Kenya has done, right? Because she hasn't talked about it. There's a lot of people who haven't talked about it. My family has done stuff, but we haven't said anything about it because it's just like, I don't know. Maybe you don't feel like it. Maybe you don't think that that's important. Just, make sure the calls is being handled. A lot of people do not talk about what they're doing. A lot of the women, although I'm disappointed that they're acting like this stuff didn't happen, they also could be using their time filming to escape from it. That I could understand as well. Not saying that I agree. I'm just saying I understand. So, we don't know what Kenya has done, but I feel like my opinion would be do not talk about how somebody is protesting or using their voice for the marginalized community that they're a part of that is being persecuted. That's not Kenya's place. And I think that's why she's going to, get that wig adjusted next episode. I'm right there with you, Vodka with 3 olives. Vodka with 3 Olives said, I honestly don't want to see anything about sex on these shows. I need it to be light, pretty drama and friendships, but these storylines are too dark. Guys, I told you guys after season 10, this show just keeps on getting dark and I'm tired of it. And I'm not saying that these women are not sexual beings and that they should hide the fact that they are these sexual beings on this show. I'm saying it's a problem for me because this show is a cast full of Black women. We are already, over sexualized in the media because of racism. I mean, if you really want to get deep into it, we're over sexualized from slavery, right? Because how these slave masters were justifying raping us was saying that, oh, they like it because they're these wild sexual beasts. So they like it. It's not rape because they enjoy it. So that's where that comes from, the Jezebel character and the over sexualization of Black women. And I'm like, that's out there. I don't want you to be fake, right? I just want you to be very conscious and aware of these, sex storylines and these sex dungeons and all that stuff that you're putting out there to the world as Black women. You have a responsibility. I don't care what anybody says. When you are on TV, especially if you're from a persecuted, marginalized community, you have a responsibility. Even if you don't want it, you will still be looked at as the monolith of people. We are not. But that's just what comes with the territory with this skin. When one of us does something, it's all of us, especially if it's over sexualized or negative. It's all of us. The good stuff never travels as far as the negative and the bad stuff. So I'm just like, especially, the show has a mainly Black production team. And it's just like, why do y'all keep on giving us this? Why do y'all keep on giving us sex and violence from these women when we know that this is not their everyday life? Give us something else. So I'm right there with you with Vodka with 3 Olives. These ladies have been fun and interesting from day one. We did not need to go to like this dark sex, dungeon mess that has been on the last 3 seasons. Like, we don't need it. We don't need it. And I'm not saying like don't have fun, because I love, that they were filming some scene where they were in the bus and they were like calling their husbands, doing like these dares and saying, like, especially Candy and Todd, when she was saying, oh, remember when you used to do this to me? And he was like, what, are you drunk? That stuff is fun. But like every season, the main storyline is something like sexual with these women. And it's just these women. Why? We know why. We know the elephant in the room is their skin color. We need something else from them. And it's extremely irresponsible of this mainly Black production team to put this out there concerning these women. They could give us something better. These women have better. They're creative. They're interesting. They have better. This does not need to be the overall storyline every season. Come on. Ms. Brown Sugar said it was the same in the 60s civil rights movement. Your peaceful assembly may be disruptive and illegal technically, but, oh shoot, the comments jumped. But the bigger point is to draw attention to the more unjust systematic behavior. Absolutely. Oh, poor Shekula pranks. Okay, not interested. Thank you for Shekula. The Nicholas Express, ever since Malaysia was mentioned for Atlanta, I'm here for it. I want to see that. I want to see it. Oh, yes, Nicholas. The Nicholas Express said, I wonder how OG would feel about Wendy as a housewife. I like to see OG on a housewife franchise. See, I wouldn't want to see OG on a housewife franchise because OG is LA. OG gives me LA basketball wives. I feel like she properly fits in that community. I don't get housewives from her, but I would love to hear a conversation about being dark women on reality TV from Wendy and OG. I think it would be really, really, really interesting. Yeah, Miss Brown Sugar, Malaysia has been in ATL for years. She only flies back to LA to film this show, to film Basketball Wives, but she is straight Atlanta. Oh, she was doing Black Girls Be Like skits, Nicholas. Uh, ooh, because those Black girl skits that Black creators do, not many of them don't go racist. Like, there's only a few that are smart, but the rest of them are just like, ooh, I bet the Klan can't wait to get a hold of this. It's very touch and go. Oh, I know. Will Smith, I did hear about that. Will Smith said, did you hear about Ali Lauder's racism on Heroes and how they fired? What is his name? Something Roberts. The actor was something Roberts, and it was an article by Vanity Fair. Will Smalls, I'm sorry, I called you Smith. Yeah, I read it, and to be honest with you, I have a story like that as well. That is what happened to that actor on Heroes, the black actor on Heroes. That is the black actor experience in Hollywood. That's the black actor experience in Hollywood. Everything he said, every black actor has experienced and lived through. Hollywood ain't as liberal as y'all think. JB says, what? Yes, Sonia. See what you just said? You said, but Sonia is very sexual on New York. Sonia. It's not the whole cast of women. This is Atlanta is sexualized, and we know why. This is not the Real Housewives of Atlanta on OWN. It's the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Bravo, which is a white executive network. It is what it is, and a lot of the people making the calls, making the decisions at Bravo are older white people, specifically older white men who lived through the civil rights movement, who lived through segregation, who was going to school, where there were colored only and white only fountains. You don't think that they're making decisions from that same brain that lived in that life, and that's how people who did not look like they were treated? These people are making decisions, and with their decisions trickles down their racism and their ignorance, because this is what they have grown up for the majority of their life to be true. This is what they think. So all this stuff that you millennials and zennials are doing, that don't matter to them, because they're already in their 50s and 60s and have lived this kind of life. So this decision that they're making is based off of the knowledge that they have of black people from that time. So Sonia can be sexual on the show because it's just Sonia. The whole cast is not having orgies. The whole cast is not having a season about a sex dungeon. Just them black girls. That's a problem. I'm sorry. I wish there was a better, a more cuter way to drink this, but my family be having this heat on. Hell, it is dry in here. I'm currently putting a mask on my hair because like my skin is drying, lips are drying, eyes are drying, hair is drying. They don't care. Our tree is drying and dying. They don't care. They will turn this heat up to 90 freaking 5 degrees when we live in Los Angeles. Stop turning the heat up to 95, and I won't tell them what you're doing every time, and you don't turn it off. You turn the heat up to 95, you don't turn it off, you leave it on, and I wake up looking like some character from Beetlejuice. Hey guys. Jazzy Girl said, I'm a social worker and I've done a ton of work with the LGBTQ community and Oh, wait. I got another live. Let me get off of here with y'all. And in the HIV community and as well disenfranchised individuals. And there are so many people that aren't celebrities that don't get kudos. Talk about it. Talk about it. The Nicholas Express said the dark drama of newer seasons makes me Miss Roachgate. Oh, child. See, this is why we all like Salt Lake City, because it's just, you just want to see the ridiculousness of people who are well off. You know what I mean? Like the biggest drama so far on Salt Lake is one of the Jen smelling like a hospital. You know what I mean? And although it's like little petty drama, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. It's not something where it's just you don't leave that episode feeling ugh. You know, you turn that episode off and you just like those ladies are crazy. I'll be there next week. You know what I mean? Oh, Jimmy G, that's a good observation. Jimmy G said that's the problem with each season. It has to be more outrageous than the next, more fights, more sex, and more shade, and it just devolves into cruelty. Absolutely. Bria, I don't know about the Bell Collective. Tracy was the one. I believe that Tracy was the one who sent me the trailer for that. But basically, from what I saw of the trailer for the Bell Collective, it is a show on OWN, which is a lot like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It focuses on successful Black women in the ATL area, and they have drama, but it reminds me of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Like it's not drama where it's like uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's basically somebody not showing up to a party and feeling slighted. Petty stuff. Petty stuff that we digest. It looks really, really interesting. If I can find the trailer on YouTube, I'll put it in the description box so you guys can watch it. But I'm interested. I'm interested. From what I've seen them on, they're not gonna put no mess on that show. But I think they will give us an interesting reality TV show. And I'm interested in the ladies. Every lady seemed interesting. There's one lady on there who is, she was a housewife, still a housewife, but now in her later in her life, she's becoming very successful outside of her marriage concerning her career, and she's dealing with some issues with her husband not fully accepting the fact that this woman that was just a housewife to him and a mother is now like turning into this mogul. So I'm really interested to see her storyline. It looks interesting. Oh, Jamal, what? Jamal said, didn't Malaysia move to ATL to be with Jamal Bryant? I ain't heard that, T. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Now, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know, Jazzy Girl. I want them to go back to the old formula as well. We all have been saying it. The old formula works. I know we're in a different time, right? So some things that worked then won't work now. But the old formula of the housewife shows was just focusing on the ridiculousness of these ladies who are well off, how oblivious they are, how comical their lives are to the working class. You know what I mean? Because basically this show is geared towards working class people. So we're watching this like, oh my gosh, this woman does not know how to use a dishwasher. Like that is the stuff that is interesting and just how clueless they are. That was the fun. They get too dark in these storylines and it's just not fun anymore. We like laughing with and at them. Let's be real. And we're not laughing anymore. We're going on Twitter and stands and fans are fighting in YouTube comment sections because this is what y'all are putting out. Potomac never had this much negativity until that fight. Until that fight. So y'all giving people this violence and then y'all wondering why the fan base is like this. Y'all wondering why there are fans inboxing these ladies talking about how they want them dead. Y'all introduced violence onto a show that did not have violence. Here we go. Now people are going to be tuning in waiting for y'all to fight. When really the performance, I'm specifically speaking of Monique, the performance she gave at the reunion should have been what she was given the entire season. You got this show here. Now bring it back because obviously you had it in you to do what you should have done instead of putting your hands on that woman. And we'll talk about that soon and very soon. Yes, yeah, same with me, Melanie. I like Tanya on the show because it's like she's fun. It was a fun scene, a fun girl scene. There was no messiness or anything like that involved. It was good. It was good to watch. D Conte, don't be embarrassed. That's what this show is about. That you're like, listen, I'm not embarrassed to say that I like Mary. for the show. I'm being entertained. Mary is entertaining. So do not be embarrassed for liking Mary. She's entertaining. She's entertaining. Outside of the show, I'm not a fan of her. I think the way, I don't know. I've heard some stuff about her in that church, and I don't think she's a good leader. Oh, Jimmy G. Oh, we got back to this. Thank you, Jimmy G. Jimmy G said, I was listening to the attorney, Emily Baker, talking about Tom and Erica, and she said that there's no way they will have money after these lawsuits. Baby, Erica Jane was on Twitter selling stuff out of her closet. And then she hopped on Instagram, and y'all, this is where it got messy for me, because the judge that Erica said that her husband was cheating on her with, I voted for her. I was like, not the judge, not the judge, child. And this all better be on Beverly Hills. This when she said who the judge was, I was like, oh, not my district. Not my district. Oh, I was so embarrassed. Yes, vodka with three olives. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want from these shows. Vodka with three olives said, or the time that Shannon didn't know that she had to pay for water. Come on. That's what we working class people like to see. That you don't know that you got to pay for water. You're so rich, you're oblivious to that. You only find out about that after the divorce. Jazzy Go said, how do you think they changed dynamics of the show? For Atlanta, I think they need a new production company. That's always what I've said about this show. If you don't get a new production company, then you have to, in some way, incorporate the Carlos King method. Because I felt like Carlos King gave us levels. He gave us comedy. He gave us drama. He went too far with that Candy storyline because he introduced something that he could not control. But back when he was running it, because he started on the show, I think he started at on a low level position, and he was able to grow with the show and become an EP or whatever. I felt like he knew what we wanted. But I honestly think the production company that saved Salt Lake City needs to do Atlanta. Oh, Nicholas Express. I have no idea why Faye Resnick is not a housewife on Beverly Hills. She's so good. She's so good. I don't know if she's turned it down. I don't know. I don't know if like she can't film with her family. I don't know what it is, but we always need a Faye Resnick on Beverly Hills. I've always thought that. I ain't praying for y'all stingy selves. I only got 14 birthday cards. Now I don't like that Mary Crosby, but Mary Crosby on this show is a great character. Jimmy G, those text messages were from years ago though. I will give her that, but I was just so shocked. I said, why of all districts did it have to be the judge in my district? Messy. I don't know, Jazzy Go, how they can change Potomac. They've introduced this now. They've introduced y'all fighting. So like, are you going to turn against the popularity that this show has received through the violence and go back to the old method? Or are you going to keep on going down this path and realize this show is going to take a dark turn? JB says what? Said at this point for on New Jersey, I want Kim D back. Listen, I can't stand Kim D. Kim D always came in with lies. All of her stuff was lies. It was very embarrassing. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here so I can be ready for you guys for Potomac. Thank you so much for spending your time with NikkiStar TV. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy rest, happy chill, happy wear a mask and stay safe. And I will see you all in about 35 minutes for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye. I don't know. I just swear. we start, but where? Heart.